some time because I don't know how long I'm live for and whether I'm live. And there's quite a lot of mess in the background. Hello. Maybe I'll do it that way. Yes, you can see I've set up my little projector to watch films. You can't see it because the projector's going that way, out of screen. There's actually a real world in here. It's not just in the screen. It's actually real life. Real life. Yes, I'm trying to get that screen out of the way. No, I've got Barbies in the way. It's a bit of a mess in here. I've set it up. I've got a little seat here that I don't know. Normally I'm sitting on the bed, but I've got a little seat and everything. And I'm going to Cardiff tomorrow. I'm actually going to get out of this little nest that I built for myself. I'm going to go for almost 2 days. I'm not quite sure. I'm supposed to meet somebody tomorrow, but we haven't arranged anything, so that wasn't the main reason for going. That's one of the reasons for going, but I might if I can contact them. But I kept meaning to go and visit them in a valley that's very, very near to here, but very difficult to get to, and things kept coming up. So I'm like, well, I'm going to Cardiff. Do you want to meet me there? And they're like, yeah, I suppose so, but it's not easy for them to get there either. It's not easy for anyone to go anywhere here. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's not actually. Geographically, it looks like it's not in the middle of nowhere, and historically, there was loads of trains that serviced this town, but now they've all gone. Look at my frown. There's nothing here anymore. It's all gone. Hello. Yes, hello, person outside my computer. Yes, hello, Fox. Hello, Philip. Hello, Arafingal. Hello, Terry. Hello, everyone. I was playing the guitar. I almost didn't do this because I was like, "Whoa, that sounds nice." Now once in front of people, it's rubbish. But I was really getting into it. I was like, "Ooh, it's much better." I'm not sure it's completely tuned right, but it was like, "Wow, I'm getting really good at playing guitar." Not in the great scheme of things, not compared with like Django Reinhardt or anything, but better than I used to be. Than it could have been. It better than maybe I used to be. Maybe that's really the all you can do is as a gauge it against yourself. The chat about this week is what is going on in the world, and also I'm going out in the world. I'm going to Cardiff, so hopefully I'm going to go and see a canal. Ha ha! What excitement! There used to be talking about things changing. There used to be a big canal in Cardiff. Then they paved over it, and it was under the ground. But they opened a little bit up, and they've got maybe jealous of Manchester and other places where there's big canal culture. Not canal culture. Anyway, there's big culture around the canals. There's, they opened up a little bit of it, and they're like, let's have loads of bars and eating establishments and stuff. That'll make Cardiff great again. Except there's only a little bit of it, as far as I'm aware. The canal's still there. The whole of the canal. You saw the whole of the canal. But you can only see a little bit of it above ground. Very much like the London Wall in London, which I didn't really. My mum was saying something about a museum that she saw, and I didn't know what she said London Museum, so I thought she meant the Museum of London, which is going to move to Spitalfield. She's like, why have I never seen it? I used to work in the City of London. It's like she used to work in the City of London in the early 60s, and it was built in 1974, so that's why she didn't see it. But apparently they've opened a new thing that's completely different, a tiny little bit of the London Wall that was hidden underneath a building, and now it's all open and you can go and see it. Do I miss London? Yes. I miss it because there's nothing to do here. Nothing at all, and I can't go anywhere. It takes a whole day to get to Cardiff, and it used to be that I could get a bus from my front door, but now it's really difficult. Woe is me. I saw a picture of the train station from 1963. There was at least 8 tracks. Ooh, wee, but now there is just one, and it's once a month if you're lucky. There's a train. There's still a train track there, but not here. There used to be one here, but that was before I was born. So obviously I couldn't get a train here. We were actually my parents' house is on an old train, not on a train track, but next to where a train track would be, but is now a cycle path that is also a thoroughfare. 10 miles an hour. There's traffic parked up there, and there's a dead end at one end because it used to be that there was a bridge over it where the trains went, but they knocked that down because it was too low for traffic to go under. But the thing is, they closed the road that went under, so there was no reason to get rid of the bridge because there's no traffic going under the bridge anymore. So there's a dead end going under the bridge, literally a dead end, because right at the end of it there's a co-op funeral home which has since closed down. So even the co-op funeral home is no longer there. It is a deceased funeral home at the end of a deceased road adjacent to a deceased railway track. It's nothing here anymore. It's all gone. 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 Everything's gone. I put this down. It's not really getting me anywhere. It's 2 years since I had a tooth removed and had the thing that everybody's had in the last 5 years. 3 days later, the illness. And for some reason, I can feel the gap here. Mind the gap, Miss London. Yes, just feels like it's because all the way through the lockdown, it was infected. It was horrible. I couldn't do anything about it because nobody could. And then I got it taken out. Abertillery is so difficult. Abertillery is where my friend is coming from, and they are suffering from an illness at the moment too, so they might not come to Cardiff. But apparently the only way to Cardiff now is through the train station from Abertillery. There is no buses from Abertillery. There's no buses from here. They used to be. And also, they used to come and visit me here from Abertillery, going via Bryn Mawr. So they suggested ways that I could get to Abertillery, but those bus routes are no longer going. They said, oh, it's not called that anymore, it's called something else. It's like, yes, it is called something else, but it still doesn't go there. It goes somewhere else. There's a bus route that goes somewhere, just not here, nowhere near here. I'd have to go way, miles and miles and miles out of my way, and then all the way back again, and then up and down and around the houses. So anyway, I'm going to Cardiff for a day, because it's so difficult to get to Cardiff. I'm going at some time tomorrow, and then I'm coming back the next day. I'm staying overnight, yay, because there is no way. The last time that I'm sure I've been to Cardiff in the last 5 or 6 years, but the last time I really remember going to Cardiff was for a comedy competition. I was in the, it was the first heats of the Welsh Unsigned Comedian of the Year. And I went to Cardiff and I stayed overnight and I got through, and then I had to go to the semi-finals, which were in Bridgend, which is even more of a bugger to get to, and I stayed in a hotel there, a guest house, but it was up a country road far, far away, and I had to walk miles, and I was like, and it was like it was terrible, and there was nobody there when I got there, and I was like, so I was completely thrown out. It's and it all just went hideously wrong, and I was just like, so I never right now my friend's just said that he's gonna meet me when I can meet him, but the whole point was I want to know when he can get there so that I can get there. So he's just messaged me, so I'm gonna after this have to sort it out and work out because I know when we're meeting in Cardiff, but I don't know when we're meeting in Cardiff. Give me some ideas of your times. I'm going to have to get back to him later. He's like, go away. No, I'll let you know later. So, I'll have to, I don't know, I don't have times. I don't know how long it's going to take to get down there. I was going to base when he can get there, that's how I was going to, because if I get up very early in the morning, I can get to Pontypool, which is the nearest big town. It used to be a big town. It's not big town anymore. There's nothing there. It's all closed down. But it used to be that I could get there. I mean, it used to be that I could just get one here. But then used to be after that I could go to Pontypool and catch one, and there was one from Hereford to Cardiff, and every hour they would go from Hereford to Cardiff. Now, no, there's one in the morning and there's one in the evening. And they only go as far as Abergavenny, the one side, and Cardiff, the other side. And then I have to go somewhere like Cwmbran or Newport to get a Cardiff bus. So I am not going to go to Port. I can't get there. I'm going to somehow get there around lunchtime. Who only knows how long it's going to take? Hours and hours and hours and hours. It's like Welsh independence people are asking for. I think we need to have a little bit of look at the infrastructure before this happens, if indeed it ever will. I think there's a possibility that if you actually put on buses, actual buses that aren't £1 million to get and run every 6 or 7 years at best, and put the train stations back or something, or flying cars. I don't know, whatever. Otherwise, I'm not thinking it's that I think Wales isn't a big place. I've said this before. It's quite small, but if very much like the internal organs of any random person, if you laid it out end to end, it would stretch to the moon. That's what Wales is like. It's like wee, wee, wee. And you stretch it and it's like, wow, it's so much space. Up and down mountains, up and down mountains. So far. Portable transporter, yes, that would be good. And apparently, the disclosure about the alien technology is coming any time now. It's like, well, if it does, can you get the transporty options into us so that we can go to Cardiff? And maybe we won't need to go to Cardiff. We've got portable transporters that can take us all around the universe through wormholes and some sort of technology that we don't even know about. Like, oh, it was there all along, like electricity. It's just there all along. We just need to harness it. There's probably some sort of way to transport ourselves anywhere. Wayward, hereward, thereward, Jedward, anywhere we want to. Wood, Edward, anywhere. But as yet, we don't have it, which is a terrible shame. So, what I've been mostly doing this week, apart from being a bit ill on one of the days, I think, can't remember which day, all of the days, I don't know, not feeling great, generally, is playing Dragon Quest, the Journey of the Cursed, is it called the Voyage of the Cursed King? I don't know. It's Dragon Quest 8, I believe, which is from 2004 to 2006. So I've been playing that. I've been fighting monsters. That's very, very useful, very noble work that I've been doing this week. Fighting monsters and everything. Yes, and I'm cooking for my parents when I wasn't feeling ill and terrible and feeling like, and I've also been trying to lose weight, which is like a pain. Really, it's like why would I do that? But I don't know whether I've lost weight or not, because the scales isn't very helpful. I don't think I have. I haven't been eating as much as I normally do, but I don't think it's made an awful lot of difference to anything. So that was futile. I don't know whether I've been eating too little. Maybe I need to eat more, twice as much, and then that'll be much better. I don't know. I do not know how people do it. Maybe I should just get Ozempic or something. That seems to be the new thing, isn't it? Things that people get. My nose is very shiny here. Things that people get. The modern world, eh? Yeah, so I could do that. I'm not going to, and you have to get like prescription or something for it. So I'm not going to do that, and I don't need to lose that much weight. It's just, just so that my blood pressure stays low and I'm healthy. Just a healthiness. Because I'm like, that's more than I used to be. That's more than when they asked me to lose weight that one time. That's maybe. Should put a lid on that. Maybe, I don't know. It's not anything to worry about as yet. But eat till it hurts and eat some more. Yes, exactly. Well, I tell you what does hurt, not eating very much. You get hungry. You're like, ooh, hunger. That's not something I remember being hungry, yeah, because I didn't, I was ill in the early 2000s, and I couldn't eat. So that was like, if I ate, it would be painful. If I didn't eat, it would be painful. So I remember that. Now, fortunately, that went away. I did lose a lot of weight then, and people were like, oh, how did you do it? I'm like, by very much not being very well for a while. Great. Thanks for noticing. It's like, ooh, and I'm like, I don't think I was that big to start with. But, so it's funny how people treat you when you've lost weight, or they think that you look, oh, you're looking very well. And looking very well can mean looking a lot thinner, or it can be meaning you're looking a bit chubby now. It's just very difficult to know what people's agenda behind the words are. Exactly. Muscles, exactly. That's the main thing, really. It said my scale, my brand new scale said that I haven't got enough muscle mass. I've got a lot of body, but not muscle. So I'm not sure. My bones are good. My bones are good and heavy. And I've got quite a high lean weight, but not muscle mass. It's like, I'm just mainly fat, not water. Not water weight. It's just bone and fat. And some sort of amorphous, I think it's organs. I think what they mean is you haven't got any muscles, but you've certainly got the organs. All the organs. They're very big and juicy. Yum, yum. And, but my bones are quite thin on my arms, but they're quite thick on my legs. Yes, it's just the swimming, yes. Well, the trouble with swimming is I was thinking of going swimming, and there was a lovely swimming pool in the leisure centre, and it used to be great. You could just go there and whatever, but I don't know whether it's since lockdown or whether since cuts in the council, but I think you have to actually join it as a membership option and then book it very far in advance now. So you have to have identification and membership and pay loads of money before you can even think about booking a slot. So yeah, muscle tone. I haven't got muscle tone. I've got no muscle tone. Look, it's stupidly. That fat arms video. I don't think I've got fat arms anymore. I don't think that's where it is. I'm a lot more weighty than I was now, but not on my arms. It's definitely on my stomach and other various places. But it's fine. I mean, other people. Don't worry about it. It's much more heart health. But I don't think that I've got like too much fat around my heart and kidneys and things like that. So it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Maybe I've got heavy hair. That's what I've got fat hair. I haven't got fat hair. It's quite fine and flyaway, isn't it? It's rubbish hair. It's just sort of slightly fuzzy hair. So yeah. So that's things I can do this week. I can go to the big city, the capital, the nation's capital. We've got a new leader. Have you seen Vaughan Gething? Whoa, hooray! There was two leaders. There was the first black leader in Wales and the first gay leader in Wales, and they voted the Vaughan Gething, who was all the way through the lockdown, very helpful, but he got involved in scandals recently, and that's a shame. I think it does seem like a storm in a teacup, and I'm sure he seems like a lovely guy. So that's good. So hooray! And actually, I think, yeah. So that's good. I don't know what I think. What did I think? I don't know what I don't know what I thought I think. I think something thinking. Yeah, anyway, so that's good. We've got a new leader. Hooray! The only way is up. Yeah. I don't know whether that'll make any difference to anything. Probably not. Nothing makes any difference to anything. But it's nice to have a change in leadership, isn't it? Every now and then, it's like changing your socks or something. Yeah, your socks or your shoes or your pants. I was going to say pants originally, but then I was like, no, that's a step too far. Anyway, yes, you should probably change your pants more than every 4 or 10 years. I think that yeah, I think that the last Labour leader was there for more than 4 years. I'm not sure why. He's Mark Drakeford. He's gone. He's not gone. He's still alive. He's just not the same. It's still the same policies. It's not a vastly different change in anything. It's just nice to have somebody else at the helm for once. Make no difference to anything. I've driven people away. I had 8 people, and by talking about politics, I'm not really talking about politics. There's a man that does some stuff, and there's some other stuff happening. Leadership. Not really politics. It's a blather. That's what it is. Anyway, somebody new at the head of the Wales. Not the Wales. Not the Wales the country. Not Wales the animal. And not Wales as in whale. Yeah. So no, I saw subtitles. AI subtitles. They very much leave a lot to be desired. It's like back in the day, they paid people to do subtitles on things, and they spent ages laboriously making sure that they had the actual scripts for things, and if it was live, that they would try and get it right as best they could and go on the fly. But now subtitles are bad. Like I saw something about somebody wailing the other day. They said, and then the wailing started, and it was spelled WHAL. It's a different sort of wailing, a very different thing. They're both horrific. Wailing of any sort. Wassailing, that's nice. Not wailing. They spelled it wrong. Anyway, and I've noticed a lot of subtitles that it's like ridiculous. It's like, that's not what they said. That's not what they said. That doesn't make any sense. That's just not right. And I think they need to get back to having real people doing that job. I know that AI can do it, but it can't do it very well. It's rubbish and it makes no sense most of the time. It's just like, well, it sounded like that. It's like, well, it might sounded like that, but it's not that. You've got to be more precise about things, haven't you? So, subtitles. They need to get real people doing subtitles. They need to get proper libraries with real trained librarians that help you out and wear little glasses and go shh in the libraries, and they need to have train stations, and they need to have proper pubs and clubs back. They've all closed. There's nothing going on. The static. Oh no. Is there static? Oh dear. It's probably because the internet's not very good in this room, and I've usually got it where I'm sitting. There's a little pocket of internet. Where it is now, there's probably not enough internet to go around because it's an old house with thick walls, and in the cellar there's like big old stones as if it's been there forever. I think I've got a theory, right, that this row of houses that's right next to where the train line was some sort of underground something, and maybe there were old cottages and they built on top of them. That's a theory that a lot of conspiracy theories, it's like that there was a mud flood and it flooded everything, and Tartarian people were here and they were here before us, and look at the civilization. Now I'm not saying that because that's lunacy. What I'm saying is I think that they build these houses on top of some older houses because there's like stonework and there's like a wall in the cellar. But there's like nothing behind the wall. Or is there? So the rest of the house has got no cellar. Only half of the house has got a cellar. And there's a very thick wall separating the part that is cellar to the part that isn't cellar. So maybe there is another world. A tunnel. Maybe the aliens are there or something. Or the hobbits. It is like a hobbit hole. The cellar's like a hobbit hole. Just underneath the rest of the house. It's a bit weird, really. Doesn't go all the way. So yeah, that's probably it. It's suspicious. It's very strange. I sound like I'm gurgling. Does it light or radio waves? I'm gurgling like radio waves. That's not good, is it? Digging a cellar is expensive, so they only do maybe, but it's the fact that there's a very thick wall at the back of it. It's like, maybe it's just to keep all the mud back, so that, because we're at the bottom of a mountain. It's just keeping the mountain from collapsing in on itself. Or maybe there's a mine. Maybe we're on top of an old mine, because this is a mining area. There was a lot of tin works and not tin works, iron works. I don't think there's tin around here. There was a lot of iron mines and coal mines, and it could be one or the other. There's a lime kiln just very near, and that's for iron. Yeah, so this is very near an old lime kiln for iron smelting. Smelt it, you dealt it. So maybe that's it, and the quarry. So maybe this is part of the quarry. I don't know really. I could find a map and then. Well, at some point, yes, the fairies do like mines. Exactly. So it might be a fairy hidey hole. That could be it. A hell hole. No, a hell gate. A hell. What's in Buffy that. Yeah, or it like in Doctor Who where there's a rift. It's a rift. It's on top of a rift. There is a place called Longfield House that's quite near that used to have a long field, and I think this was part of the long field very, very long time ago. And then they sold the long field, and now it's not a long field. It's a load of houses. Yeah, maybe my audio needs resetting. It's on a phone. There's no audio to reset. It's the phone. The phone. Oh, there's a little microphone. Oh, that just turned the microphone off. That's not. There's no resetting to do because it's a phone. It's the internet. Trust me. It is because of the internet. It's yeah, that's what it is. So yes, many apologies for my gurgling underground, or maybe the whole house is actually under a big spell of water, a water spell. And I am actually underwater right now. You just think I'm not underwater. Look, blue. Whee! It's just, yes, it's the water. Am I still gurgling then? That's not good. That's not good. On playback, it's like anyone coming to this later is not going to get the full benefit of my wit and repartee, my genius. Is there just going to be gurgling? Maybe it's technology. I do sound like I'm underwater. All right, how are we getting near a window so we get... Window's not going to help. The internet's inside the house, not out this. There's nothing coming from outside the house. The internet is in a little box. Yeah, it's in the corner. The modem is downstairs in there's another room through there, and it's downstairs from the other room. It's far away because of the that's what I'm saying, because of the very thick walls. It's an old house, like 1908, I don't know, 1912, something like that, a long time ago. So I've worn the microphone out. Maybe I have. Where is the microphone? Maybe I've like stuck. I don't know, maybe. I'm still here. Yeah, maybe lead paint. You think it's lead paint stopping it? It's just, yeah. Ooh, that's bad lighting. Yeah, so it's maybe that I had it in the stand and it was blocking the microwave, the microphone. Yeah, I don't know what's going on really. That's better. So maybe it was in the wrong place. Or maybe it's just because I've moved closer to where the internet is actually good. Better now. Okay, well, I'm gonna... My hand's in the way of them. It's difficult to hold. Yeah, it's difficult to hold. Much better, but not for me because this is tiring. It's hard work. So I'm going to try and put it back in the stand and see whether it's still like it. Is it good? Is it bad? Do I sound underwater again? I might have just been blocking the microphone. Do I sound underwater now? Nobody's saying whether I sound underwater. I'm under the sea. All right. Well, I've moved it slightly closer to me, so maybe that was an electromagnetic where the fairies go. I think this house is haunted. I think that's what it was. It's the haunted house vibes. There's like a little space, actually, strangely, just near the modem, where coins appear out of nowhere. There was a really old coin that was I've said this before, but a really old coin that was from the husband of Marie Theresa, who's got the big one. Is it bad again? Is the gush? I don't know. Is the water gushing out of your phone because it's no? It's fine. It's good. It's not bad. Anyway, that appeared out of nowhere, and I saw it, and everyone was. I was going, what the hell? This coin appeared out of nowhere, and everyone's like, shut up, don't be silly. But another one came out. Another one. Yeah, static. Yeah, maybe there was. There's all sorts of stuff, but I think it probably is. It's probably the fairy folk and or the aliens and or the ghosties or the pixies. Probably the pixies. Yeah. Pixies. Yeah, lots of pixies. So I will try and film some stuff in Cardiff. I'm going to film the canal. Oh, I'm so excited about seeing the canal. That much stretch of canal by the seam of it is like, ooh, and there's a little glass bridge going on over it, which I'm a bit scared about because I don't really like heights and glass bridges. Yeah, there's one over the Thames there's a little enclave just near the there's an exhibition centre, the XL exhibition centre, and there's a very high walk bridge. You go up and up a glass tower thing and across a glass walkway to get to the other side where there's some houses where I was visiting somebody that was living there, like expensive houses. I think they had to sell it because they were expensive, but I was like, and it was windy and late at night and cold, and it was like, yeah, this is so scary, I don't like it. And also it had been vandalised, like somebody had like spray painted the glass, so it wasn't a nice glass walkway. It was a horrible, forbidding, horrible, you had to walk up this terrible dark dank staircase that was covered in graffiti and smashed glass, and the thing is about glass is you can smash it, so somebody could very easily have like smashed the bridge in and made it like little hairline cracks and gone, when somebody walks on that it's gonna go like a Wile E. Coyote, and you'll be like on this walkway bridge. So scary. So maybe it's not as high. That's the thing. It's a very low bridge on this canal, but I'm going to see that. And I'm going to see, I don't know what else is in Cardiff. I'm probably not going to see the castle because you have to pay to see the castle. I just wander around and go, look at this thing. Look at this thing. Urban legends of Wales. I think the urban legends of Wales are the same as the urban legends of everywhere else. There's lots of rural legends. Cardiff legends, I don't know. Because Cardiff means Caerdydd, which means a sort of fortification in the day. It doesn't. Nobody knows what Caerdydd means. It's like, well, it's something to do with a river and... But I think Caer, like Caerleon, is the place where the Romans were. And Caerdydd is the place where the Romans were in the day. Deed. Day. But that's not what it means. It's not what it means. Castle for day. It was because of castle for a day because it was conquered in a day. It's like Cas Gwent is Newport. Is it? No, maybe it's not. Anyway, Cas Newydd, Newcastle. That's what it is. Cas Newydd, Newcastle is actually Newport. Cas Newydd, Newcastle. It's not. Yeah. Caer. Yeah. Caer could be castle, but it could be a fortification of some sort. Anyway, so it might be, but I read up about this and it doesn't necessarily mean it was built in a day. Built in a day, because it obviously wasn't built in a day. La la la. It's like Brigadoon. It appears out of nowhere once every 100 years and then disappears into the mist. For me more than ever now, it's so difficult to get to, and I don't visit it as much as I used to. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and see that. Next week's Easter. Shall I do one on Easter? I don't know. Maybe I'll do an Easter special and I'll wear an Easter bonnet, and I probably won't have an Easter egg because, as I'm saying, I'm trying to cut down on food. Maybe I'll just have an egg and say it's an Easter egg. Maybe. Anyway, I will see you next week, and I will be going here and far and wide. Not even that far, but far for me. Far for me. All right. Have a good week to you too, and I'll see you soon. I'm going on a little mini break, a city break. Ha ha! Oh, I'm so excited, and it's nearly my birthday. Not quite yet, but yeah, Nosta. Yes. Good. Yes, long live the vegetable empire. Indeed, 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 indeed. You have a great week too. I'll see you soon. I hope the static's gone. Bye bye.